Right, how you doing, guys? How you doing? Listen, in this video, I'm gonna be in this particular video, I'm gonna be going a little bit off the rails. All right, I'm not gonna shout or raise my voice too much, but I might say the odd swear word. But listen, okay, this is serious stuff, and I think people have got to say it. You know, it's got to be fair, or rather, your opinion fucking counts. Whatever your opinion is, you exist on this planet. Do you want to be chained down and fucking abused and like held down so you can't speak, think and fucking be yourself? Who has the right to, you know, who is a better human being than you? We're all human beings. People say, where do you get your morals from? Fucking hell, how moral are we all as individuals? We need to really assess that. Let's get back to the thing, right? So first of all, there's one, before we get onto today's topic, there's, I think I want to say just quickly, conspiracy theorists, okay, and conspiracy theory and all this stuff. This term has ran its well overdue, okay, it's ran a very long enough, it's gone full circle as a fucking misused term, okay, it's been abused for too long, this term too, okay. Are there people who can be classed as, you know, conspiracy theorists? Of course there are. There are people that presume a lot of things, in fact, some of the very people we're going to be talking about here actually are ran by conspiracy theorists in some way. If you presume, assume, or what's the word, prejudge anyone based on your own beliefs, as into what, when you see a person and you assume or presume that you know the full story, when you don't, already you are being a conspiracy theorist right there. So conspiracy theorists do exist, you know, obviously there are people that may believe, you know, things are being hidden from us, the moon's made of ice cream, you know, all the usual stuff, you know, whatever it is, there's secret things being held from us about ghosts or whatever it is. There's all kinds of crazy stuff, aliens, whatever. You know, all that stuff, flat earth stuff or whatever, you know, technology and aliens being hidden from us, Area 51 and all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff what you can say that is like very vast, far out there, you know, mindset, where someone says things, here's the best example, you know, David Icke, okay, David Icke, who's often called a conspiracy theorist, and I can see why, and in some areas his views have always been very beyond the norm. But what I'd say is, I'm the same, I'll say anything's possible, we don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. But when someone says they know, or they're more or less sure of the fact, based on just how they feel, I mean, we don't know what someone's experiences are, what they've had, and what's led them to believe a certain thing either. We don't know. But if someone is literally just making things up in their head and just, they start with an idea and then they just put things together and make it this bigger and bigger thing, you know, then obviously then you might call them a conspiracy theorist. Yes. David Icke has said in the past, he's spoken about alien beings in space, or an alien race of lizard reptilian form people that live in a frequency or another, you could call it a realm or something like that, beyond our frequencies as such, of waves of energy, which everything's made of in the universe. So we literally are unable with our five senses as human beings to actually pick up on them when they are present, and they can become visible or invisible to us without us at will, basically. So a lot of the times it explains a lot of the stuff that people say when they've seen paranormal activity and stuff like that. Not in the movie, but so it's very deep, science fiction type talk, right? And when that first was heard, those kind of stories were first heard, and you can hear David Icke in talks and stuff talking about this stuff that he really believes to be real, or almost sure that is real. Excuse me. Well, over the years, please excuse me. Over the years, okay, he's been talking about this, and in many years ago he was talking about this, and he was made fun of course. A lot of people made fun of him and regarded him as a lunatic, absolute conspiracy theorist nut job, right? And there's a lot of people out there that have heard of strange stories like this and stuff too, like that, conspiracy theorist stories. But hear me out, okay? When you suppose something, that's your own mind. But the thing is, when you question or when you say that anything could be possible, you've got to be open-minded about things, okay? If you simply say that, oh, this is possible, but that's not possible, or you paint a picture yourself, that's to the same extreme. Being totally anti-open, being anti-open to ideas, sort of thing. You are actually being a conspiracy theorist yourself by shutting down things and saying, "Oh, that's not possible, but this is." Because you don't see the answer in front of you or enough clues in front of you, so you just reject things. And yet, some of these people that do this, they may even be religious. But for certain reasons, to them, certain truths, things seem true, and they believe in a God or whatever it may be. They believe in fate or luck or whatever it is, And but when it comes to this kind of stuff, they reject it. So what's conspiracy theory? First of all, conspiracy theory is a term now, but nowadays people are using it as a term, overly using it. It's been overly used. It's run its route, I'd say. And we need to start questioning what the hell's going on the earth, okay, in the world, because the truth is you don't know everything. You just don't know what's going on about the powers that be that are being enforced to enslave the whole entire human population, and certain states. Okay, I'm saying the state of how we're living. I'm saying. Okay, across all different cultures, across borders, across the world. I think people should be a little bit more open-minded, a lot more open-minded, to not seem to think that everything is just random, or so much of it is just randomly just happened. It just so happens that, or just looking at things that there's a system to things, but the system they know is the only system that is. So we have like poorer countries, richer countries, wars going on, and certain things going on in our own cultures, within our own societies, with its own government and all that, with the president or whoever it is running things, and you just know that, oh, this country's okay with that country, that one's not okay with that country, or that country's got their own things going on, and you know what I mean? It's like we've got our own houses along the street, but you don't realise that the whole street is actually controlled by someone who owns the street, who's in charge of everything. Your electricity, your plumbing, or whatever it is, who's running this whole thing. There's actually someone in charge of what is being broadcast to your TV screen, to your internet, and it's as simple as that. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, my point is basically, too many people shut down ideas and say it's all conspiracy theory. They see, they're so gullible that they just see what is and they believe it. So recently, okay, let's bring him up, okay, into the topic, tonight's topic. David Icke has actually recently made some good talk videos with the London Reel. Okay, have you ever heard of the London Reel? And he was talking about his views on this boring virus, okay, this COVID-19 coronavirus, and he doesn't believe it and everything. He believes it's all fake, and and there's other people out there who are saying the same thing too. Like, why haven't we seen so many bodies and stuff? Where are all the dead people? And it's like some people are question this thing. How serious is it? Is it just a normal flu and they're just exaggerating? And what is it? And I've made videos talking about this too. But my point is, okay, because he's gone into detail and he has covered some good details. He's not just someone who babbles on. He looks into things big time. And he's given in his video talks, if you're able to see them, he goes into so much, and he covers so much stuff into details about the actual thing and what's been going on across the world, and also like the actual testing for it and everything, as well as the just logic in general. And he's been doing this for a long time, talking in his videos and stuff, and he speaks a lot of logic, and I see so much truth in what he does say. Not because I'm a blind follower. I literally believe this stuff. I can't say who's running the earth, what's actually going on, and you can always overthink things and become a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but the truth is that bullshit needs to be shut down about conspiracy theories, because you don't know what's going on. And what you see, if you just look at the whole picture, you'll see that if you're able to see it, our societies people are being wasted and downgraded more and more. Downgraded is the word I use, until we exist no more, and all we are is fucking less worth than a machine. We're just literally being dumbed down, enslaved by many different kinds of means possible, and we're just addicted to technology, obviously, and the internet, and people are addicted to all kinds of negative shit, and they're unable to see anything, and thus they're unable to believe anything, and anything outside of that box is conspiracy theorist stuff, because it's all there, man. All the information they know, just like the Matrix, they believe everything that they see, and their world they're attached to the screen, they're focused on the screen, They don't realise it's a program that you're plugged into the Matrix, like Neo. They're literally sitting there, believing it, what they see on the TV. It's on the news, what's on the news, what's in the media. They see different views on things, but everybody in the world's talking about the same language, the same information. It's the only information that people are allowed to see is what's there. And when you say, don't be silly, that's not possible, well, look how possible it is to get the whole world hooked on things, to change generations of people thinking through the technology that's made available and made to be the control, the means, and look at the way they're able to shut the whole world down like this even. They're getting more and more powerful, and people are getting more and more dumb. We're like chickens to the slaughter. We are literally like animals on a farm being bred to be slaughtered. As a butcher, that's what it really is. We're just here. And it's okay to sit on your backside and your fucking arse and just say to yourself, anyone, there's no conspiracy going on. There's nothing being hidden from us. Oh no, they would never do that. It's all just a genuine thing. It's a genuine virus, which it might be. But to actually not be ready, even in your I'm not saying you've got it. You can just step out onto the road and fight the army if they're pointing guns at you. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. First, the mind has to be ready. If you're saying your mind, if people are saying their minds are not even ready to be open to anything else, they'll take what's given their way. And they'll take everything that's given. They give you the problem. What's the one? Problem, reaction, solution. I think it is. I've forgotten. There's 3 steps. David Icke says, and that's what they're trying to do. They give you a problem. They give you, or they give you something like they're giving this virus thing. Then the next step is stabbing you with some goddamn vaccine injection, and you don't know what's in that. You don't know what's in that. Man-made virus, man-made chemical. It's all chemical warfare. It's all chemical technology. They're all trying to just gradually wear you down. Your mind's not ready to stand up to anything because you don't believe anything but what you're given. You watch the whole thing. There's the good guys and the bad guys, like you're watching a TV show. Just like what David Icke was saying. you know, the baddies are coming on, and here's the hero going to save you. And you're just sitting there watching the show, and really it's all an act. And it could well, a lot of it is an act, but you don't know what's real and what's not. And you play like a fool, and the whole society play like fools. You're even more vulnerable because you give in to your own ego and you just believe everything that's there. They're not even ready in their minds to be rebelliously defiant, you know, in any way. They're just there for the slaughter. So it doesn't matter what they say, virus or flying monkeys, flying fish, whatever it is. You know, the witch is flying on her broomstick, and the demons are coming out of from the castle tonight to get you. Whatever, they can just make up anything, and they can get people to dance, to believe anything, to not believe anything, to buy anything they want. They've got you like that. And all it takes is one or two people to say, conspiracy theorist, this conspiracy theorist got locked up, or whatever it is, you know, and you just believe it. So, okay, I'm kind of calm in this video. I was going to go a bit crazy. I'm kind of babbling on too much now anyway, but I could have gone more fucking hardcore in this video, but I'm a bit too tired to be going on about it too much. But the thing is, okay, yeah, David Icke did a couple of interviews with, you know, the London Real, and the BBC has looked into it, and the BBC, together with YouTube, have got those videos taken down. I don't know if it's one or both or whichever ones. There's a few videos, and videos have been taken down, and they've written it all up like, because it's concerning people, and he had like 40 supposed complaints towards it. Like everything's having views towards it and against it. You know, I can imagine the kind of people complaining, if there are any people turning around saying, this is a serious thing, you know, people are dying from this. If you don't get people to believe in it, then you're putting more lives at risk. No, actually, you know, he could be like saving more lives with this, by telling people to be more open-minded and look into things more. See, David Icke, even though David Icke does sometimes have strong views about certain things, we're not saying follow him, and he's not saying that either. What he's saying is, clearly, look into things more. We should all be able to be free thinking, able to control our own minds and look into things and not be controlled. You don't realise you're being controlled and led to believe certain things, and you believe it's your own mind thinking things. That's the same old thing. So the truth is, we don't know what the hell's going on with this virus thing, but what I do see is people are constantly in control anyway, and they've got people just totally enslaved. So, you know, you can just pamper this government, or pamper and play into what they want, whoever is ruling the world. You can just literally play into like, oh yeah, we trust you, you know, and play into and kiss their shoes. But they're just going to keep kicking you in the teeth. Okay, it's not about a virus. This is about full-on warfare to wipe out the human race, believe it or not, enslave you and degrade you and lower you. You know, and you're bowing down with the sword at the back of your neck almost. So I'm telling you now. It's that kind of example. You need to really question things. Otherwise, you know, you're just right there. All you're going to have is little or nothing even to stand up to what you even see. The enemy is unseen. It's not the virus that's unseen. You know, like, seek and ye shall find, was it? Anyway, conspiracy theorist, my fucking arse about conspiracy theorist. You know, you want to be a bit more, what's the word, skeptical, a bit more fucking questioning about things. You know, it blows my mind.